Ливонские рыцари. Достойные противники.
Je suis le marteau des Francs. Je suis le marteau des Francs. Que voulez-vous?
Наши воины обрели бессмертие, пожертвовав собой ради Отечества.
Ad pugnam, qui... Ad pugnam, qui...丈夫继领重任。
Ливонские рыцари. Достойные противники.
在此，来者报上名。
围上这个阵子。
不够吧？
Okay, so as you can see the report here, alright. So Charles Patel, Scipio Leonidas, Scipio Caesar, Guan Scipio, and the last one is just a troll, Richard with Scipio. So based on the testing about the swarm ability, I think the best goes to Charles Patel Scipio, because as you all know that Charles Patel has counter attack damage, which means that when you get swarmed, the counter attack damage triggers, so the enemy will feel painful. Alright, so and then alright, so the next will be Scipio Leonidas. So the best report out of all is actually Scipio Leonidas against swarm ability. The reason is very simple, it's because that my Leonidas is expertised, so that's why I get the best report out of all for a 5 reports that I did. However, I think that in KVK I doubt somebody's gonna send a march to die all the way. Alright, but I'm gonna jump to the conclusion later. Okay, so the third march is Scipio Caesar. It's just basically a troll one, but I'm actually kind of surprised that it's actually okay. The reason is because that when Caesar, his active skill cast, you can see here, for the next 5 seconds, troop led by this commander gains 20% attack, defense, and 30% damage. So why did I do this is because that Scipio, if you can see at his talent tree here, you can see here, nope, this one, rejuvenate, 150 reach when a skill is used. So this will allow Scipio to be able to catch up with the Caesar active skill. So I'm gonna show you guys in the report real quick. So we're gonna go expand all. We're gonna go all the way to Scipio active skill. Okay, turn 8, Scipio Africanus active skill. So we're gonna go down again to find Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar turn 10, which means that within the next 5 turns, 11 to 15, if Scipio casts his skill, he's gonna get benefit from Julius Caesar's active skill. So let's see if he did. 11, 12, 13, look, Scipio Africanus, okay, he actually cast his active skill. I think so, right? Did he? Is this the active skill? Yes. So you can see here, alright, turn 13, active skill, alright. Okay, let me find about Julius Caesar. Africanus. Okay, you see turn 13, Africanus casts his skill. Turn 14 is Caesar again. Julius Caesar. 30% increased damage, attack, defense, 20% attack, 20% defense for the next 5 seconds. So now you go down. Turn 15, Scipio cast his skill again. So now we're gonna find Scipio and Julius Caesar real quick. Wait, where is it? Scipio. Look, in Dominator army. Scipio Africanus troop gain the buff, army inspiration. Alright. Army formation, unstoppable. So that's why I did a Scipio with Julius Caesar. Of course, it's not the best report, but you know, it's just a test. Because I'm pretty sure you all have seen reports, oh, XY Caesar is so OP, blah blah blah. But again, we don't do 1v1 reports, alright? I'm gonna tell you guys in a second later. So this is Guan Scipio. It's the worst out of the 5 tests that I did, alright? Because Guan Yu Scipio, the damage is extremely high, but the issue is they are quite soft, basically glass cannon. So, and I wouldn't really recommend you to do that because like Guan Yu and Scipio, both of them are the highest skill damage commanders that you are able to get for infantry. 2000, and then if Guan Yu crits, you might get 3000. Scipio is 2000. So I don't think you want to pair them up together. So this one is just a troll report. I just want to test just for fun. Richard Scipio, you know, against Guan Scipio, XY William, and Nabu YSG. So here comes the question. Why did I do a 1v3 report instead of a 1v1 report? Okay, and why is 3? The reason is very simple. First of all, okay, let's just answer why is it 3 enemies. Because CPU active skill is 3 enemies. Number 2, why is it 1v3 instead of 1v1? So the reason is very simple. In KVK, you ain't gonna fight one-on-one. And this is basically just a mini report regarding like when you get swarmed by 3 marches and how your trades will look like. Do bear in mind, I'm using T5, max march, and the enemy, which is Beanie, thank you for joining by the way, he's using 3 marches, full T4. So it's just to give you guys an image about how will it perform when you're getting swarmed. Alright, so my rankings are Charles Martel Scipio, okay, and then Leonidas Scipio. Scipio Leonidas, sorry. They are champion for me. They are at the same category. I won't really put them up or down, left or right, whatever. I put them at the same level. And here comes where's Scipio Chiok. For your information, Leonidas and Chiok, they are basically the same thing. Alright? You all might say, oh, Chiok, it has extremely high skill damage from his active skill. But a lot of you ignore for the fact that, alright, you all see this. Direct skill damage, 1700, additional 300, 2000 is so high skill damage. But you all forget for the fact that, you know, his 3rd skill is chance, his 4th skill is also probability. And you need to expertise him to enable the AoE. While you all might be saying, but he still has 2000 skill damage. But here comes Leonidas.
Οι φίλοι και τα αδέλφια σας είναι η εγγύηση της επιτυχίας σας.
Yes, he has a quite low direct damage factor from his active skill, but you need to understand that he has speed of rage gain. So what does it mean by this? Which means that you're going to fire off your skills more frequent, and you need to understand that this skill is not affected by the support tree of Scipio, which means that even if Scipio has this skill here, rejuvenate, you know, even though if it's like overrage when you have a lot of Trajan and a lot of William, it doesn't matter, because Leonidas' 2nd skill, alright, is a skill. It's not like an additional one or anything. It's a skill, so it's not affected, which means that you're going to get benefit from the rejuvenate from the support tree, and you're going to get benefit from the 300 Spartans with the speed of rage gain. But the disadvantage of you using Scipio and Leonidas, I think everyone should know this, the Leonidas value shines when he is about to die. Expertise skill. However, a Leonidas 5511, okay, is actually quite good value already, but I would strongly recommend a 5515 at least because of this. 35% chance to get a 10% increased damage. Alright, I would really recommend a 5515 if you can expertise, just expertise him, because you know, because like I'm not really a fan of I hit and run. I hit until I die, so that's why I came up with the conclusion that I want to max Leonidas. So he's a quite tanky commander, so I feel like if you put it behind CPO, people might think like, oh, this guy is CPO Chiok, oh, CPO maybe Alex, or CPO something. Alright, they will be like, okay, we should kill it. But then end up they kill, and suddenly they realize, oh, this guy's Leonidas. Expertise skill is triggering. Oh, it hurts me. So I feel like CPO Leonidas might be an interesting match. I feel like it really depends on the situation. Maybe if you wanna like hit and run, city hopping, I think this might be a good choice. If you don't have maybe Pakal Herod, or maybe Leonidas Herod, or maybe Alex Herod, I think it might be a good choice. Alright. So as I said just now, this is the equipment I use
roi n'est pas un
all the
prince.
tests just now.
重
This
任
one.
处死方
Nope,
休。
this one.
In Africa urent seventus.
Okay, sorry,
spirit.
wrong. This one.
Les Arabes ne doivent
This
jamais
is the equipment
capturer
I
ne
used for
serait-ce qu'un
all the
centimètre
testing
des
just
terres des
now.
Francs.
Alright. I just swapped the equipment around. So for the enemy just now, the 3 marches, the Nabu YSG, the XY William, the Guan Scipio, he's using this equipment. So this is his XY. I think it's a 5511 XY with a 5551 William. So this is his equipment. Nabu full epic. Okay, 5511 with the expertise YSG. This is a 5.2 or 5355 Guan, and this is his equipment. So a lot of you might, oh, this test isn't accurate, oh, you are using an expertise commander. But let's be honest here, right? An average player, this is what they're gonna do. Okay, most of the players out there which are low spender free to play, they most probably will have a 5155 or 5x55 Guan. They most probably gonna use a 5511 Nabu and a 5511 XY, a 5551 William. So which is why I chose him to do the testing with. Because another thing is, both of us, we don't have VIP 17, which means that we won't be getting benefit from the all damage from the VIP 17. And why I did not test against using like Scipio Herald is because first I don't have Herald, and second is I don't care. Reason is very simple. Herald loses to XY no matter how. Do bear in mind, he is only using XY William. Imagine if he's using XY Nevsky, Herald is gonna get obliterated, like shredded so hard. Alright. So I think that, however, I think CPU Herald might be an interesting choice, but I personally leaning towards Leonidas if you are just letting people to swarm you to die. So yeah. So my rankings will be Charles Martel, Scipio for casual fighting. Number 2, if you are fighting till you die, it will be Scipio Leonidas or Scipio Chioc. All of you should know Chioc and Leonidas based on testings. Sometimes Chioc win, sometimes Leonidas win. So I'm going to categorize them as the same. The third one will be Guan Yu and Scipio. Why is it third? It's because that, as I said, I'm ranking this based on sustainability, not on damage. If I'm ranking it from damage, of course Guan CPU is going to be the top tier at the number 1 of the list. But again, there's no point of you exerting a ton of damage while you're basically a glass cannon and you can't do anything about it. So I feel like, and another thing is, you should really split up your Guan and CPU. So here is my 5 marches.
Ливонские рыцари. Достойные
Guan
противники.
Alex, Scipio Leonidas, XY Minamoto, Nevsky, Mehmet, Adaflat YSG, or Guan Yu Leonidas, Charles Martel, CPO, and maybe I will bring maybe Alex Constantine, and then XY Nevsky, Adaflat YSG. So I feel like regardless, you should really split up your Guan and CPO. Just think of a way to do it. Maybe just bring a Martel out, bring a Richard out. Sorry, not Richard. Richard sucks. Alright. Just bring a Martel out, bring maybe a Leonidas out. Try to split Guan and CPO. Split them up. Because normally people will think, oh, you're using Guan CPO, I'm gonna kill it. But end up maybe you're hiding your CPO behind a Charles Martel and they're gonna be shocked. So yeah, and I think that's basically it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoy it, and if there's any question, make sure you comment down below. If I know, I'm gonna answer you. We just like that. Goodbye everyone.